Hi, second graders, how are you? Today the teacher is going to read a story from your grammar book. Here we have grammar book, and I'm going to read a story from page 17. This is to reinforce things you have seen with teacher Diana. And I am going to read us the story, and I am going to explain and review because teacher Diana taught you very well these things. I'm just going to review. And we have vocabulary and we have adverbs of frequency. When we say adverbs of frequency is how often, que tan a menudo we do things. Like, I never drink tequila. That's terrible. Don't drink tequila. So never drink tequila. So this is how often you do it. Que tan a menudo. I always teach is how often I teach. So the adverbs of frequency that you guys have is never. I put it in Spanish so you get clearly. Hardly ever, so we have never, nunca. Hardly ever, that means casi nunca. Hardly ever. Sometimes, algunas veces. Usually is usualmente. Always, siempre. We have more adverbs of frequency, but today we're going to see these, okay? So I have an example that the adverbs of frequency we use after the verb to be. I am always happy. So what is the verb to be? Is, are, am, was, or were. That is the verb to be. So when you have is, are, am, was, or were, we use the adverb of frequency. I am always happy, see? Then we have the adverb of frequency. We use it before the action verb. Like run, talk, drink. So I explain, I always work hard. So here's the action verb and here's the adverb of frequency. It's before the adverb of frequency. I always sing. I always listen to music. Then we have between the auxiliary and the verb. In the future, you will see the future will. So if we have will, I will never sing. So it's between the auxiliary will, that is the future, and never, and then we have sing. In the middle of the auxiliary and sing. And this is when we say will is the future. So now I'm going to read the story that is on page 17. And it says, Victor is outside. So look at Victor. If you have to open to that page, but nonetheless, I'm going to show you the picture, and we say, Victor is outside. There is a noise. It's Mr. Garcia's cat, Kitty. It's meowing. Kitty hardly ever, casi nunca, hardly ever meows. Victor looks into Mr. Garcia's yard. Mr. Garcia is an old man. Victor sometimes helps him. Mr. Garcia usually sits outside, but Victor can't see him. So he says, where is he? Kitty jumps over the fence. So Kitty jumps over the fence and meows. What's wrong? Victor calls his dad. Dad, where's Mr. Garcia? Mr. Garcia always goes to the store on Saturdays. When it's the days of the week, día de la semana on Saturday, on Sunday. So Mr. Garcia always goes to the store on Saturday. But Dad, Kitty never comes into our yard. He never comes into our yard. So something's wrong, something's happening. And Victor and Dad go next door to a la par, next door is la casa continua, next door. They see smoke. There's a fire in Mr. Garcia's garage. Dad calls the fire department. And Mr. Garcia comes back and he says, Victor, you're a hero. But Victor smiles and says, Kitty is the hero. So, this is a story about a fire, and next door, palapag, and here's a fence, and the cat jumps over the fence, and there was a fire, and they saved them. So the kitty or the cat saved them. I hope you like my video and review the adverbs of frequency and their position. Goodbye, kids. See you next time.